All right, I wanted to announce that the Phase 3 Mastery School section is now done. It'll be posted by the end of the week. So anyone in the Mastery School can actually just start looking into that material when you're ready. So I'm going to go over a little bit about the school. This is just for people that aren't aware of what it's about. So Phase 3 is done. That will be posted soon. Phase 4 will be done soon. So the process of this, and it's important to understand that. So people that are called to this school are called at a spiritual level. You may or may not be fully aware of why you're called into it. Most likely what will happen is an interest will be sparked within you. You'll look into it, you'll forget about it for a while. You'll have some learning to do, some growing to do, and then you'll come back in and be like, this is really something that I'm called to do. And it will resonate at a spiritual level. No amount of selling or marketing is going to bring people into this. It's those people that have already agreed, probably before you incarnated, that this was your path. After you make it through or graduate from the mastery school, there's a potential to open up a healing temple. Most people will not graduate with the Diamond Sun body activated. What's going to happen for most people is they will utilize the healing that's needed to help them to align and harmonize with pure source energy and to become a fractal of source, not at the fullest potential, which is the Diamond Sun body, but a pure fractal, whether it's the 8-pointed Merkaba or 24 or 64 or whatever, however far you agreed to move in this lifetime, and that you're able to hold and sustain at a spiritual level, because it's a spiritual activation. Okay, so this is a long form mastery path focused on embodied power, coherence, and creative sovereignty. It's designed for people who already feel capacity in themselves and want to learn how to hold, stabilize, and use it well over time. Like I said, this is not a small path. I would say average, it's going to be 5 to 7 years to get through the mastery school. Okay, so it's not something you go into for 3 months and you have a Diamond Sun body. Okay, and then all of a sudden you're standing in your power and all this stuff. It's a prolonged path because the nervous system has to be tempered. Your integrity has to be tempered. Your morality, your ethics, your ability to understand the power, to utilize the power, to access it and to hold it in the collective, on the planetary level, within the planetary grid, and at the collective energy level, so that all it does is help benefit humanity and the planet, and does not fall into inverted energies, corruption, or destruction. Okay, and that's what we're literally looking at here with this. So it's a long form mastery path, okay, that has to be respected. And there's a lot of initiations through this, okay. It was built very, very meticulously and specifically, okay. So the path begins with Jedi prep. This is about stabilizing the vessel. We work with the nervous system, coherence, energetic hygiene, grounding, and clarity, so that higher states feel safe and sustainable. For most people, this phase brings relief, less reactivity, clearer perception, more usable energy, and a sense of being at home in their body and field. So here we work on the energetic mastery. So there's a series of hundreds of guided visualizations, working with fire. We go through multidimensionality, soul retrieval, traveling into the tree of life, going up to the celestial realms, the cosmic realities, meeting with your soul family, celestial round table. All the OPL Quantum Healing sessions are in there, so you can do any OPL Quantum Healing session that you feel like you need at any point in time. It's about creating a stronger bond with your higher self, spirit team, intuition, and learning how to navigate energetic and subtle realities with clarity and refinement, okay? So everything's in there. It's an open format system. The prep school, you can go in and do anything at any point in time, whenever you want to do it. You could jump to the end and do the most advanced stuff if you want. I don't recommend doing that. All of it's in the school. You have to put the work in to kind of navigate, because everyone is so different at this phase. It could not be set up where it was a rigid structure, okay? People are going to enter that are in 6D that just need to learn energy mastery. People are going to enter that are upper 3D or just entered 4D and are going to need to work with very, very basic things, okay? So it's open format. You have to use your intuition. You have to read the material. You have to do the work, see how it affects you, and then learn to navigate. I'm there as a mentor to you through the prep school, through the Signal app. All you have to do is reach out to me and I will help you navigate. And I recommend people in there either do coaching, a session every 1 to 3 months, or at the very least an analysis every 2 months. And then I can help guide you through the space, okay? So after the prep school, students move into the mastery school. This is delivered through structured sequence of workshops that function as progressive training phases. So the mastery school is much more disciplined. You definitely have to follow the structure as close as you can, okay? Because we're working with really, really high frequencies, and the frequency grid essentially, or arc would go, prep school is here, and then once you get into the mastery, it starts going up, and then once 144 activates, your frequency starts rising really, 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 really fast, okay? And because of that, it is very fragile. The path is fragile, and the process is fragile. So if you are bringing distortions, ego, power, those types of things into this phase, the light body will not activate. At best, at worst, it will corrupt or fragment or come unraveled, okay? And the unraveling process and the corruption process can happen anywhere here, but when you're here and elevating, it's a lot easier to correct, okay? So we want to solve all of the light body issues that we may carry internally, following the wrong path, power hunger, ego, those types of things, low abilities to discern integrity or morality. We want to discern that here so that we can go back and fix it easy, because once you're on this arc, it's a lot harder to resolve. So that's what the prep school does. And it's there as a framework. I'm there to help support you, etc. But you have to learn to navigate that, because nobody is going to tell you exactly how you need to behave on this arc, okay? How you need to act, how you need to respond. This will be you. And I am a mentor to you through the whole thing. But this requires pretty quick and precise actions, okay? So phase 1 is about internal authority. You develop energetic literacy, clear boundaries, self-governance. Power stops leaking into confusion or over-processing. Decisions get simpler. Confidence becomes embodied rather than performative. So phase 1 is disciplined. You have to log every single day. You have to submit the log to me. You have to learn about diet. We do sun gazing. We do breath of fire. We do chi exercises every day. It's a lot of really detailed work that you have to do and commit to, and stay in touch with me so that when you get to this phase, I know that you're prepared for it. Okay, that's what phase 1 is about. Okay, and then phase 2, we go into light body architecture. So it's more details about understanding what the light body is, especially the 144. You will be activating, so prep school is activation of the 8-pointed Merkaba all the way up to the 24. Then once you get in the mastery school, we start activating 36, 48, 64, 144. Okay, so phase 2 is, let me go back to phase 1 too, because I didn't talk about this. Phase 1, we go into the past life papers. So you're required to write a book. It's not that hard. I have a very simple way to help you do this. Through multidimensional travel, the timeline fields, you have to go in and document all of your past lives, heal the majority of those, but at the very least, they have to be brought to the surface so that when you get on this rapid arc, you don't have a ton of density to clear. Okay, so you've done all the past life work, all the work for this life, all the clearing in the energy field. You will be continuing to clear subconscious programs, patterns, collective energies, etc. The entire time you're embodied. Okay, so it's never going to necessarily stop, but the scope gets larger. Okay, so past life papers is in phase 1. That has to be done. Otherwise, you won't come into that full sovereignty and purity of the field that's needed when you start activating the higher light bodies. Okay, so phase 2, the Merkaba is refined. 144 point structure stabilizes. Not everyone will get to that. Some people may stop at 64. But if you want to move through the whole school into like Grandmaster Path, the Diamond Somebody has to be activated. Okay, so this is required for that. Nervous system adapts to sustained higher frequencies. Elevated states stop being peak experiences and become livable. People often describe this phase as fully coming online. This is when the 144 activates you, you are connected to all densities, all dimensions through unity. Okay, it isn't full unity with source yet. The Diamond Sun has to activate, but this allows for that connection to exist with stability and coherence. Okay, so that's what we go into in phase 2. So here we go. Phase 2, we have foundational healing sessions and maintenance. We have the monadic recalibration, nervous system reboot, maintenance protocols, and emerald and gold plasma light body activation. We also have the 144 activation, which you don't really need to do. Some people I will suggest them or recommend them doing that just to help with stabilization process. Healing protocols and teaching guides. So here we go into healing primarily. Okay, so this is an important phase. We have a class about surrender, holistic healing of the physical body, a multidimensional framework, subquantum healing, gold and emerald frequencies, sacred color frequencies, a class for vibrational healing, 144 light body activation. We have the cave from darkness to divine illumination. So this is a pressurized phase 2, where your light body is compressing and all the density is getting pushed out because you're still here. You haven't started this rise. We have to do all this work before that rise. Okay. Pressurization and monadic recursive rebirth, subquantum anomaly and inversion. I talk about that all the time. Unbinding karmic contracts. We have energy typologies and sacred geometry. So healing with frequency, color, sacred geometry. Spiritual architecture and creation. So light body architecture, portal architecture, technical overview of the light body, solar radiation and evolution, reflective presence across dimensions, and others. Okay, so that's phase 2. All right. And so all of these are really detailed. They're very structured. You should do them in the order. The school is going to be open like the prep school, but if you jump around, it's not going to help you. Okay. So then we have phase 3, expands mastery beyond the personal field. This is Diamond Somebody, Rainbow Plasma integration. Presence itself becomes active. Students learn to work with land elements in collective fields. Influence becomes quiet, precise, and service-oriented. Okay, and phase 3 is now complete, like I said. So it is approximately 50 full-length workshops in there. It's a lot of work, a lot of integration. And as you do each workshop, you're going to do more healing, more elevation, more stepping into your sovereignty and your mastery. Okay. We do learn how to work with fire, earth, water, air, weather, stabilizing the planetary field, going into and phase locking with the planetary field, working to build the rainbow torus and the 144 around the planetary field. We do go into a bit about the diamond sun body, solar logos, rainbow torus, and how to work with that, and the activation process, as well as safety protocols. The phase 3 school goes into, phase 3 of the mastery school goes into diamond sun body activation process, Atlantean genesis and ancestral curse, and its cosmic dissolution. We have a ton of papers on unified state of the 144, seraphim, aurora, rainbow torus, temporal precedence, and coherent light body fields. The workshops cover, that's just a few of the papers. Workshops cover breath of fire and IHB protocol, Jedi practice for energizing and optimizing the light body, the living oracle, plasma discharge during emotional trauma clearing. We have a whole section on light body architecture and stabilization, how blocks and distortions disrupt subtle architecture, stabilizing and mastering the 144-point Merkaba. Crown activation and magnetic axis recalibration, solar crowning in the coherent light of the cosmos. We have quantum processes for all the elemental energies, working with fire, air, earth, and water. Weather alchemy in the 144-point diamond Merkaba. Plasma arcs and magnetohydrodynamics. Awakening the rainbow body. Antikarana and the light body. We have diamond sun body embodiment. The path to igniting the full rainbow body. Multi-dimensional journey to crystalline embodiment and source radiance. We go into the risks of the activation, what happens to the physical body, physical pain during crystallization, finalizing the living field. We have workshops around soul death and the eternal nature of spiritual essence. Sacred journey to liberate consciousness and restore sovereignty. So a lot of this goes over the whole purpose and point of the light body activation, why we have this path. Okay, phase 4, which will be coming out fairly soon. This is about what becomes possible when coherence itself becomes generative. Creation, leadership, and reality interaction through presence rather than force. It's where mastery turns into contribution and authorship. And phase 4 is more details on that. Okay, so crystallization of etheric DNA, diamond sun body as graduation into celestial power, the inner kingdom of the brain, biophotonic radiance as an internal healing protocol. Understanding the gap between understanding and embodiment. That's actually bridging the gap. Framework for structural coherence and energetic protection. I'm just listing a few things. You guys don't want to see all these. It's a total of between phase 3 and phase 4. There's 80 full-length workshops that could take you anywhere from, an hour to 3 hours, depending on how much energy you put into it. There's a lot of exercises, journal entries, meditations, and I teach you how to do all this and align with this path. Okay, the primary focus of it is activating the advanced light bodies, and to actually be able to activate it, you have to fully understand it. Otherwise, there's potential for collapse, fragmentation, the light body unraveling. You have to understand the morality, the ethical alignment that's needed to hold this. You have to understand the structure of it. Otherwise, you're not going to understand what you're experiencing and how you're experiencing it. So you have to go in and learn about the details of the light body and all the phases of the light body. Okay. I know it's a lot of information to really integrate through this video, but I want people to understand it's a very specific process. It's not controlled because everyone is going to be different. It needs to be chosen by you. Okay, it needs to be chosen by you, and it needs to be integrated by you. I'm not here to carry you through it. If I carry you through it, you will fail. Okay, you have to carry yourself. I'm there as a support system to help you to heal, to align, and stay on path and on track. Okay, that's what this system was done. It was not done so that I carry you through it and all of a sudden you're in this enlightened space. That's not how it works. It will never work like that for anyone. Okay, that is not the path to sovereignty. That is path of control, and is not what will help us step into a sovereign space as a planetary collective. Okay, everyone has to do the work. You learn through doing the work yourself. Okay, I took the majority of the risk in this so I could problem solve and help people move through it more smoothly. I wrote the map, I paved the path so you guys can walk along that, but you still have to walk yourself. If that makes sense. Okay, that's why it's set up the way it is. Okay, everything's there to help you understand the process, etc. I'm also in the process of writing another book that will help to refine the path from start to finish. It's not going to be a how-to. All the how-to stuff is in the Academy if you really want the light body activations and how to actually do all this work. That's in the Academy, and that is because we don't want people trying to activate these advanced states without doing the stabilization, grounding, and healing work first. It has to happen. There is no way around it. Okay. So overall, the Djedi Academy, it's not a quick program. Most people move through it over 5 to 7 years, which allows for real integration. It's designed for those who feel underexpressed relative to your capacity and want a path that leads to freedom, creativity, and meaningful impact without burnout or distortion. Okay, so this isn't a quick fix path. It's for those that want to step into sovereignty, not only in this life, but after this life, as you step into cosmic mastery as a spiritual being. Okay, and let's see here. I guess that's it. So all the healing work is done in the prep school. If you're interested in this path and you're not sure if you're aligned or you want to work with me first, I actually recommend people do an analysis first. We get on a free coaching call after the analysis and we can discuss where you're at. I can answer any questions and place you in the proper school. Some people might be ready for the mastery school. I'm not 100% sure. I think most people will start with a prep no matter what, even if it's short-lived, and then we can shift you in the mastery school when you're ready. You have to know how to do soul retrieval. You have to know how to adjust it, clear your field, open your chakras, clear your energy field, harmonize your light body. We teach a lot of that in the mastery school, but you have to have some sort of awareness of what's going on there. The past life work, you have to have a true connection to the Akashic records. You have to be in at least the 5D core, if not 60 or beyond. Okay, your frequency has to be at a certain level and your field has to be stable. Otherwise, you can't go in the mastery school. And once you move through the mastery school, there is an opportunity to actually open healing temples. The goal is to get healing temples built around the planet to help people stay aligned and harmonized with pure source. The people that run those healing temples need to have the diamond sun body activated so they can sustain a clear harmonic there without going into corruption or distortion. Okay. And then people can come in, do their healing work, get aligned, harmonized, go out and do whatever they need to do in the world. And that work is aligned. Okay, that's the goal. So if you're interested in more of a leadership path, that is going all the way through the mastery school with the diamond sun body activated. If you're interested in more just healing and alignment, I would say prep school, and then you can be called in the more advanced work later on if you feel that call. But everyone is going to have to do this healing work at some point. We're seeing this massive planetary purge right now. It's going to continue until 2028. When 2028 hits, that's when it's going to hit everyone that they have to go within and do the inner healing work. So now's the time to start on that path. Even with the external planetary chaos, the more coherent you are, the more unified your field is, mental healed, emotions healed, spiritual connection, physical body strong and healed, the easier it will be to move through the next couple years. And then that gap from 28 to 32 will be a lot smoother too, because that's going to be when the majority of people's individual energies are going to be purging. Okay, so I recommend people reach out to me for an analysis to start. We can get on a call. You could do some sessions with me before joining the school if you want. I recommend getting in the school because you have free sessions in there. You can do a session every day if you want, and it's free. Whereas I charge a lot for hourly, but I'm happy to work with you beforehand also. So that's it. So I'm excited about phase 3, and pretty soon the mastery school will be complete, and it will be a fully functioning 2-part school. So that's it, and sending you so much love. Please reach out if you have questions.